Okay, so looks like we are live. Let me do the standard things real quick. So on my other screen over here, I'm just going to post that we are live, or post that onto Twitter. Let's see. And we're live. Post. Alright, cool. So we're good. Cool. Hey, so welcome back. What is this? The sixth week? So woohoo! 6 weeks of us going through this journey together. Oh god, I just hate the little red showing up on the bottom of my screen. I have to click on that. I'm sorry, and I have to explain why I clicked on that. All right, so and then I think I need to pause this. Let me just pause that for a bit. Whoops. All right, cool. So that way it doesn't try to upload the recording that I'm doing of this while we're in here. All right, so let's do a quick review. What we did last week and what we're doing this week. So, last week we pretty much finalized the public part of the API, right? So we're making like a little thing for other people to use, and we finalized what people will use, like what are the inputs and what are the outputs, essentially. We're also pretty much done with the unit tests. So yay, that's all good. And so last week, pretty much after some discussion, so I've never really been sure what's the best way to do this. So as a quick reminder, I'm going to go back to the very first day that I did this. I made a really quick little short slide deck just to talk about what we're creating and how it works, right? So if you haven't seen the previous ones, this is a good review. If you have seen the previous ones, sorry, you're going to be bored for, I don't know, about a minute or two. So, Cloudflare has their Pages product, I guess is probably the word, the service, Cloudflare Pages service. And that's for hosting static files, static websites, right? So uploading your HTML, JavaScript, CSS, WebAssembly, whatever it is you're going to host as far as a static site goes. And so with Pulumi, we're able to do the standard things of creating this. However, for a project that I'm working on, I've made the decision that the Pulumi deployment will also deploy the actual application. So there's pros and cons to that. For this project, decided to go with deploys everything. And so currently, there is no way to also upload the static files of the site. So now Cloudflare does have a way to grab your files from a Git repo, which is pretty common across different cloud providers, where you say, hey, use this Git repo, this branch, and then do a build and deploy. But this other project that I'm working on already has a separate build step. It builds a couple of different applications, one of them being the public site. So because Cloudflare doesn't have a way to just take those files that I've already previously built and put them up for use, that's what we're doing here. That's what we're creating. So Cloudflare has said on their website that there are only two ways to upload those files. One of them is through their web portal. So you go and you sign in and you drag and drop the files in, and it'll upload those files and say, hey, this is what we're using. The other one is with their CLI tool, Wrangler. All right. Neither of those, honestly, I think are great from a development perspective, but we're essentially just making a wrapper behind around Wrangler, right? This is what we're saying right here. So all of our code in order to upload this stuff has been to upload using Wrangler. All right, so here's the other part. I keep saying Pulumi provider. That's wrong, because technically what we've been creating is not a provider. I don't actually know what we've been making. I'm sure there's a technical name. It's probably a component. It's some sort of resource. I know that. So the goal of today is to figure out, well, one, learn what the different types are, right? What exactly is a provider? What's a component resource? All of those things. And then two, once we know that, let's finalize which one we're going to go ahead and use, and then create that is essentially it. So we have all the code. So in theory, all we have to do is maybe change some like middle layer thing. Um, and there's kind of a reason for that. Like what we have now, we can ship it. It works. It's pretty good. It's effective. It does exactly what we need to do. But here's the big problem. So I went and did a Pulumi destroy for the resources, and then here's the Pulumi up. So here's the preview plan, and this makes sense. This will go ahead and create a Cloudflare. Oops, sorry, that's the provider. This is the Cloudflare Pages project, and then this is what we're using to upload the files. And the problem is that this is just using the command, right? Because our code calls the Pulumi command, which then calls Wrangler, and Wrangler is the thing that uploads it. But if you were using this for the very first time, you would have no idea what this is. What is the command? Like, you would have to essentially know that, right? You would have to read the documentation or something, and that's how you would know, oh, this is the thing that creates our resources. So I kind of want a name for that. And I think that this is bad. Last week on the stream, I was wondering if we could just change the name of this. Is that an option? And you know what? Just for fun right now, because we didn't do that last week, let's try that out. Let's see what happens when we do this. Let's see. So go to our code. Let me close out a bunch of these tabs, clear things out, start a little fresh. So here's our component, and here's the command. All right. So I do think. Let's see. So if trying to remember how to do this. I think what we were talking about was maybe in the resource options. Let's see. Is there a way, like a name or something? No, it's not name. So if I remember correctly, I don't remember correctly. I don't know why I'm saying that. So we go to the command. So when we make a command, it has this base, this right here. And so I'm wondering, let's see, what is its base? Custom resource. I wonder if we just make a custom resource, can we just change this name? That's all I'm wondering. Can we change this name right here? And I don't think so. I don't think we can. I think we have to start writing a whole bunch of other code in order for that to work out. Okay. Yeah, because this is passed directly in. But this also goes directly to the custom resource. But it's all based off of the actual provider, which is what's passed in. And is that? Nope, that's not it. Let's see, options. So this merges them. Is this a built-in method? Yeah, it's built into Pulumi, the merge. So what we pass in, it uses that. Okay, well. Let's see, what is that last one? Oh, resource args, null is passed in there. Huh. Oh, that's if this private. Oh, got it. Because that private one is used if you want to essentially import something that already exists. This is the one we actually care about. So these args, this goes to the base. Okay, yeah. So essentially, the way it works is, and maybe this is something that we can actually work with, because let's see. So these resource options. No, maybe not. Honestly, what I want is to make a full custom provider, and I just don't want to do all the work for it. That I'm being honest here. That's essentially what we're trying to do. All right, let's see. Because, yeah, okay, all right. This is fine. All right, let's do that. So let's go back to what I said. We're just gonna go ahead and do some reading. So this might be less entertaining for you to watch. I'm sorry, but I need to learn this stuff too, right? So let's all learn it together. We'll go ahead and read and I don't know, I'll try to summarize it, I guess. So as far as where I'm reading about this, we're on Pulumi's website, so they have a pretty good documentation. And so here we're in the resources section. So we got a couple tabs open already from there. But let's start with resource. I guess resource name. What's under resources? Hey, resources. Here we go. This is what we want. So resource represents the fundamental units of everything that you want to make. Okay, got it. So we're good. We're making some sort of resource, and all infrastructure can be described by two classes of or two types of resource. So you've got custom resource and component resource. All right. So first, I guess, like I said, this is something we need to figure out what's the thing that we want to make. So a custom resource is a cloud resource managed by a resource provider such as one of these. Okay. A component resource is a logical grouping of other resources that creates a larger, higher level abstraction that encapsulates its implementation details. Okay. All right. So, you know what? I'm gonna close those tabs and we're gonna open these. So, custom resource. So, a resource provider. Let's read about the resource provider. Resource provider handles communications with a cloud service to CRUD the resources you define in your programs. Okay, got it. Pulumi passes your code to a language host, such as Node.js, waits to be notified of the resource registrations, assembles a model of your desired state, and calls on the resource provider to provide that state. The resource provider translates those requests into API calls to the cloud service. A resource provider is tied to the language that you use to write your programs. For example, if your provider is AWS, the following providers are available. Oh, okay. I don't fully understand what that means, but we can come back to that if it matters. Normally, since you declare the language of your provider you intend to use when you write a program, Pulumi installs the provider for you as a plugin. Oh, okay. So I think this is... never mind. I don't think I actually know what that means. I think there's more background to that than what I can understand right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave that alone. Default provider configuration. By default, each provider uses its package's global configuration settings, which are controlled by your stack's configuration. You can set information such as your cloud provider credentials, the environment variables, all that stuff. Okay, so this is... Alright, so this is setting some defaults. Explicit provider configuration. Well, the default provider may be appropriate for the majority of Pulumi programs. Some programs may have special requirements. One example is a program that needs to deploy to AWS regions simultaneously. Okay, so this is saying that if you want to create your own custom provider but still use the instance. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, I never thought about that. That makes a lot of sense. So you've got your instance and your resource and your provider. Oh, okay. So the relationship is you have a resource that's defined in some way, and the provider makes the resource, right? It handles that, and so you can have different kinds of providers, just like this example right here. When you need to do something different than the default provider. Actually, I have done something like this as an example. So AWS, their storage stuff, S3 buckets. Other cloud providers have essentially made they want to convince you to move away from AWS, right? They want you to use their services instead. So something that I've seen that's pretty common is that these cloud providers will make their API be the same as the AWS one. And so, sometimes they'll have their own API also in addition to it. But this just makes it easier because, if you already have a whole bunch of code written to use the AWS API, then this other cloud provider makes it easy. Like, hey, just use that same thing over here. And so as far as creating stuff goes, that's actually something that Cloudflare did with their R2 storage service. So nowadays, if you wanted to create an instance of the R2 storage with Pulumi, you can use the Cloudflare package, right? That all has stuff in there. But before that existed, you could have created the S3 bucket using the AWS stuff, but you just had to make some changes, and I think those changes were the provider. Maybe that's what I'm, or maybe I remembered that wrong. Great. Ugh. Oh boy. All right. Let's move on. Component resources also accept a set of providers to use with their child resources. Oh, that's interesting. Sorry, I'm scrolling up a little bit. Okay. For example, the EC2 instance parented to my resource in the program below is created in US East 1 and Kubernetes pod. Okay, so this is... Okay, so component resource. This is my resource. It's creating this. I mean, this is kind of what we're doing essentially. We're saying my resource, and then creating an instance of these other things that already do what we want it to do. Okay. So we're giving it the provider. Oh, okay, and we're giving it these providers so that those providers can be used here? Huh. Okay, my resource is getting custom component. This gets 2 providers. Huh, okay. So this is the name of the resource is pod or instance. So is this saying that when this is used, we're giving it these providers, and so it'll look at those options? So the provider says, hey, I know how to make a Kubernetes Core V1 pod. Or, hey, we have 2 providers, maybe only one of them knows how to make this thing. That could be... Alright, I think that's what that is. Okay. Alright, so that's the resource providers, right? That's this first thing. And let's look at component resource. So, logical grouping. Alright. Component resource is a logical grouping of resources. Components usually instantiate a set of related resources in their constructor, aggregate them as children, and create a larger, useful abstraction that encapsulates their implementation details. Here are some examples of things that already exist. Okay, got it. So this exists in different places. Authoring a new component resource. To author a new component, either in a program or for a reusable library, create a subclass of component resource inside its constructor, chain to the base constructor, passing its type string name arguments and options. Also inside of its constructor, allocate any child resources, passing the parent option as appropriate. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I'm wondering then, does that mean that I can just pass this below? Okay. Upon creating a new instance of my component, the call to the base constructor registers the component resource instance with Pulumi. Since all resources must have a name, a component resource constructor should accept a name and pass it to super. Okay. Okay, alright. If you wish to have full control over one of the custom resources life cycles in your component resource, including running specific code when a resource has been updated or deleted, you should look into dynamic providers. They let you create full-blown resource abstractions. Okay, we'll look into resource dynamic providers. Okay. Your component resource must register a unique type name with the constructor. Okay. Oh, component tutorial. Oh, man, maybe this is what I should have looked at earlier. I think, I think maybe I did look at this earlier. But we'll come back to this. Okay, I like the concept. All right, creating child resources. Okay. Registering outputs. All right, so I have an assumption. Let's play around with this. So I think I want to try something. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and inherit from this, the component resource. Okay, cool. And then this needs to call the base. So this is going to be the name, name, and then custom resource options. Okay. Oops. Okay. All right, so let's say package. Sorry, I'm just going over here. Let's programmer L : God, let's see. It's try to think of a good name. All right, package index my component. I guess let's see, programmer L, and then let's see, do they all have 3 parts? I'm looking at. Okay, got it. So, all right. So, who it's from? Provider. Oh, the type of thing. So, I guess index. Yeah. Okay. Index. Upload. Cloudflare pages, I guess. Cloudflare pages, upload static files. I think that's good enough. Name, okay, cool. So we have a couple of other changes that we need to make. Custom resource options. But these are component resource options. Okay, so what's the difference between component resource options and custom resource options? Okay. Don't really know. I'm just gonna leave this alone for now. But the parent is gonna be this. So I know that. That is the change that we have to make. Alright, so all of our unit tests immediately fail. But do things compile? Hey, things compile. All right, you know what? Let's try running this. So let's see if this really fixes that, or if I was just making some stuff up. If I was guessing, I probably should just said Pulumi preview instead of up. But oh well, you know, habits. All right, that didn't work out. Okay. Let's see. And upload. Did not have a set command. Huh. Okay. So I guess some of these things. All right. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Okay. All right. So I guess this is a little stricter about this. So that's good. But command does not have a set command. All right. That's fine. Does this have a? What's it like in command over here? Does this have a like outputs? Oh, private. Oh, okay. That's all right. That's fine. Sure. Private set. All right, and it's probably going to be true for all of these, so I'm going to go ahead and just run these. Private set. Oh, those are methods. Okay. Cool. We're good there. Cool. So we'll hit build. All good there. Let's try this again. Let me up. What I should have said preview, but oh well, it doesn't matter. Whoa. Hey. Programmer L. And then there's that stuff. I am okay with this so far. I think that this is going to be a lot better than making a custom provider, because that has a lot more code that we need to write, and I think that's a lot. So okay, so I'm liking this concept. Probably need a better name, maybe. I don't know. We'll think about that. But okay. Let's see. Actually, I guess it doesn't need to be upload static files. But, or upload, let's leave it as that. Cloudflare dash pages. Pages project, I think. Is that what's it up here? Cloudflare index pages. Oh, I can, capitalize things. Okay. Oh, the capitalization is usually at the end. That seems to be, alright, oh, stack. Okay. Well, then I'll edit files. We'll do that, I guess. Okay, cool. All right. So let's go back to reading some documentation. So authoring, let's see, this is the thing we were just reading. Okay, creating child resources. Component resources, creating child resources. The name of the child resource are often derived. For example, you might use the component resources name as a prefix. Also, when constructing a resource, Children must be registered as such. To do this, pass the component resource itself as the parent option. Cool, which we've done. All right. This example demonstrates both the naming convention and how to designate the component resource as the parent. Okay. Got it. What's name? Is that the name thing you're talking about up here? Something about the naming? Oh, so something. So this is so this is custom naming. I see. No, I'm fine with that. So like as in the name would be something like oh, I see. So name would be something like this. Oops. Name dash upload files command. Something like that. Yeah, okay. I like that. I think that works out well. Okay, cool. We'll do that. Registering component outputs. Yeah, here we go, because we're grabbing things from below. So component resources can find their own output properties by using register outputs. The Pulumi engine uses information to display the logical outputs of the component resource and any changes to those. For example, this code registers in S3 buckets, which won't be known until the bucket is created. The call to register outputs typically happens at the very end of the component resource constructor. That also tells Pulumi that the resource is done registering children. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. So, all right, I'm a little confused by that. So is that instead of this? We would say, so this register outputs. Okay. Huh. I guess I'm a little thrown off because I mean we're like hard coding some names here, but they're not going to be properties. Okay, so let's try that. All right, so new dictionary. What is that? String object. All right. Let's do this. So, oops, whoa, not what we wanted. That is weird. Okay. Don't know what happened with the keyboard stuff there, but okay, sure. All right, this, and then comma, and then instead of, oh, okay, yeah, that one's gonna need to be line by line. All right, you. Okay. Now, is that the right amount of curly brackets? All right, what are you complaining about here? The argument, void, what? Okay, one more time. Argument of type dictionary string object, and I'm used for parameter outputs of type dictionary string. Oh, God, all right. All right, but that's fair. That helped something, I guess. Okay. So does that mean then that these don't matter anymore? I'm gonna comment all of those. Let's get rid of this. Build that. Okay. I could have sworn we were like referencing these like .command in unit test or something. Oh, wait. Wasn't that a unit test? Nope, that's the wrong file. Ah, clicked on the wrong one again. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, because we're referencing the command object, the underlying command object. Huh. Okay. I wonder if we change that. So resources dot. Well, here let's debug into it. Because I mean, as far as the unit test goes, yes, we want the underlying command, but we never actually had a unit test for the parent custom resource. So, here we go. Okay, so here's the parent one right there. So we still have that, which is something we should add to this unit test. It doesn't have the URL. Interesting. Alright, I'm still not sure how much I like this. Register outputs. Okay. Okay, so the component resource is really just okay. So it's just a wrapper to make these other things. Okay. All right, I guess that's fine. That red thing is back. Oh, great. Love to hear. No, I'm submitting this. Lumina got mad at me the other day for giving them a 1 during this live stream because it only seems to pop up during this live stream. No other time during the week. And it's not like I can just get rid of it. So I'm annoyed with them. And they emailed me to ask what was wrong. And I told them that I can't just get rid of that. So that's on you, Lumina, annoying me. All right, sorry for that weird tangent. Okay, anyway, back to this. I don't know how I feel about not being able to get these commands. And the reason for that is I'm thinking about, what is the way that this will be used, right? So let's say, for example, actually, this is the perfect example, right? We want to know were there any errors while uploading files, right? So if I'm over here, the thing that's actually going to go ahead and use this, and I say here's my static files, maybe I want to store that as an output. So I would say, the upload result is going to be equal to static files dot, and then what do I say here? So that's why I don't fully understand this. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this stuff back. And we'll just undo this, and I think that's okay. Until I see otherwise, I think it's okay. But okay, cool. Static files dot standard out. Okay. Cool. But while we're doing this, let's take a quick tangent and go fix those unit tests because this should be create command. All right, cool. So this should be command, and then this is going to be the upload. Oh god, I keep forgetting it. It's a resource, a component resource. I don't know what that using statement is. Component resource. Okay. Upload component. Let's just call it component. So this will be instance of you. Yeah, I guess command. And let's do this. So that should work. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. So let's copy paste these things around. Let's see. So first, command upload command. Let's rename all these things so that they match. That's probably good. Okay, cool. All right, that was a little easier, or less at least. So copy this, and let's copy this here. Oh, what? Oh, that's the create command. Oh, all right, create command, upload command. All right, cool. Good there. All right, what is going on here? When creating instance with auth, let's see, are those variables stored anywhere other than, let's see, environment variables? No, we don't keep them out. Oh, no, we do. We do keep these environment variables. Okay, so I guess we do have to do that. All right, so command and environment. That environment value. Yeah, let's do that. All right, cool. And then we'll copy paste this because it's gonna have to be a little different. This will be this, and this will be the component. And then finally, component environment. Oh, I didn't have to type the whole thing. Okay. All right, cool. So now we're good because got to make sure that those values all match. Awesome. And crunch says we're good. We're in the green. Woo. Okay. So let's move this over here and let's get back to reading. And I mean, so far I'm liking this component resource concept. It's good. Let's keep reading to figure out if that's what we should go ahead and be using. Okay, so inheriting resource providers. All right, I guess if I just want to click class inheritance, I guess we should read it. One option is to pass an explicit resource provider to supply explicit configuration setting. For instance, you may want to ensure that all AWS resources are created in a different region than the globally configured one. Okay, so that's... Oh, okay, interesting. Just change providers. Okay. All right, cool. So far, I am liking this concept for the component resources. I think that works out well. I think that creates exactly what we want. But the last thing is this dynamic resource providers. So I'm just going to go ahead and read this one. All right, so the first are standard resource providers, essentially built and maintained by Pulumi. Got it. First party. There's a second kind called a dynamic resource provider, which we'll discuss here. These providers run only in the context of your program. They are not shareable. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing that's at an app, so it's not something I can use as like an SDK. Pretty sure that's what they're saying, but let's read on. The third type of resource provider is shareable. You write it yourself, and then you can distribute it with others so that they can use it. Resource providers can be written in any language you choose because they're not shareable. They're your thing. There's several reasons why you might want to write a dynamic one. Here are some of them. You want to create some new custom resource types. You want to use a cloud provider that Pulumi doesn't support. For example, you might want to write a dynamic provider for WordPress. Okay. Certain interface. Okay. And create, read, update, delete, all that stuff. Okay. Dynamic providers are dynamic interface. Okay. Yeah, sounds like this is not something that we care about. So, cool. Okay. Huh. Also, dynamic providers are not currently supported with .NET. Okay. Well, that makes this decision very easy for me. Cool. All right. Cool. So let's go back to the top level documentation here. So we read as far as this, and I keep saying it. I think we know what we're going to use, but let's skim on. Okay, got it. That was basically it. Pretty much read it all. Cool. So let's do a quick rundown of this S3 folder Pulumi component. So it's easy to turn the S3 website example as a component that you want to share with your team or community. There's Logical container. Okay. Okay. Got. Oh, so the S3 website example. This is actually very similar to what we are doing, right? Like this is exactly it. So it's already extending Pulumi component resource and all this. Okay. What language is this? Extends feels like Java or TypeScript. Oh, this is probably TypeScript. Oh, module exports. Yep. This is like a TypeScript probably. Okay, got it. So let's look at this. I'm curious if we can see the code for this, but okay. So this is just a wrapper to make working with it easier, and that's essentially all we wanted to create. Okay, got it. Cool. Use the components. You make your folder. Exports the bucket name. Okay. Ooh, okay, got it. So this folder. Oh no, that's the S3 folder. Oh, okay, got it. So this still registers outputs. Oh, this doesn't actually register anything. But this exports... Oh, it exports the class. Okay, got it. Huh, so I'm wondering, do we even have to register the outputs? Because we have our properties. So I guess this can just go away. Right? Is that fine? That runs? Okay, cool. Alright, well, let's go ahead, clear that, and Pulumi up. Let's run it. Let's make sure it works. It does everything that we need it to do. I think we're good. Now we know that what we want is and I keep forgetting what it's called, component resource. Okay. Cool. Okay. Let's see. So we are creating, alright. Guess I have to keep it at this small size, otherwise, things look ugly and confusing. So, all right, so we're creating our stack. We're creating the, that's the name of that, the file's command. Cool. This provider, all that stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and create it. So that'll take a minute or so, somewhere in that range. I think the last time I ran it, it was pretty good. While that happens, I'm going to, in my other window over here, log into Cloudflare so we can see what happens. Uh-oh, don't like that. Alright, so a request to the Cloudflare API failed, project not found. Oh, is this does the order matter here? Interesting. I'm wondering if I try it again, if it'll work, because I probably didn't specify the fact that the project has to exist first. So if I say yes, let's deal with that. Okay, that did not work. Okay. Huh. Project not found. Specified project has to... That's interesting. Oh, wait, you know what? We just got rid of... of this. Is this... Let's go back to what's using this. So, no, we didn't specify... We did not specify the parent. Okay. Okay, so... Well, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and Pulumi destroy. Just... no, let's leave it. Let's see if we can fix it from this state that it's in right now. But... not parent. Depends on? Yeah, I think depends on equals new list pages. Yeah, let's try that. So I don't know if this will work because it didn't work the second time we ran it. But let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's just gonna create that upload result. Oh yeah, empty string. We'll look at that a little later. We probably want to test some of those outputs some more. No, that failed. I'm gonna try something just for the hell of it. So let's destroy this stack. Let's give it a whole thing. Yep, we want it all gone. Alright, cool. Now, let's clear that and let's run it again. I'm wondering if anything changes this time. Kind of hoping nothing changes, because then there's no difference between these things. I do notice that the ordering is different. Probably because we have that depends on now. Oh, nope, that still failed. Oh, hey. Let's see. So, Wrangler, pages deploy, integration, product, oh, my prod, dirty true. All of this stuff. A request to the API project not found. Alright, well, let me go here. So I do see the project existing if I move over this browser. So I do see integration example project. Right, that is the name of this project that I'm setting. If I go over here, is that? Yep, that's the name. Huh. I mean, this is probably really what I should do instead of using the depends on. Wonder if that makes any difference. Let's see. Nope. Glad this is pretty easy to go ahead and run, so yes. Glad this doesn't take too long to run. You know, it's only, what, 10 seconds? Yeah. So creating, and create failed again. There's some quotes there. Has it always had double quotes around that? I'm curious. Let's see. Project name. Wonder what happens if we get rid of those quotes. Let's see. Let's go here. Deploy command. And just for the hell of it, let's see what happens if we get rid of these quotes. I really don't think that's gonna make a difference. But I'm curious, just because it looks weird, right? So it's Pulumi up again. I think I should run Pulumi up force. I think that's the flag. Probably. So we don't get that preview, but oh well. It's not too bad. Alright, so hey, no such file or directory. That is new. Okay, cool. Regular page deploy, project name, integration branch. And we're deploying to C, GitHub. Let's see, let me pull that up over here. So this is me just hard coding stuff. So let's see, let's bring that to the left. Bring this over, that'll show up to the right. Let's match that up. So C, GitHub, programmer Al, programmer Pulumi.cloud for the pages, dot static files component, which I've got to change all that name. Dot source. Oh no, that's the scan directory. Wait, what? Static content. Okay. That's message file directory. Why is this 2? What's going on here? That's confusing. Okay. Well then, just out of curiosity, what happens if we get rid of this? Nope. Okay. What's the flag? Was it like no warn or something? Skip preview. Oh, -F. Okay. Whoops. All right, let's clear it. Pulumi up -F. All right, let's just go ahead and run this. Huh. That's weird. All of a sudden, it's completely fine. That is. But okay, but we've had these quotes here this entire time. Why all of a sudden? All right, so I'm going to put those quotes back. So now we know that that is fine. While that happens over here, we're going to do a Pulumi destroy. Yeah, yep, get rid of that. Okay, cool. So the only difference I see really was this. And things were not being passed in, right? If I go over here, yeah, we didn't pass anything into that. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Merge ID. Yeah. No, this doesn't even need to be used, really, right? All right. One more time. Let me do a compare with the unmodified, since we have not committed anything. So the internal resource options were just make them or an empty string. Yeah, that did absolutely nothing, because we never passed those in, so it didn't matter. Huh. I mean, I'm okay with that name. Like, it's just weird to me that all of a sudden those quotes. Oh, you know what is a difference? I updated Wrangler before we started, so I'm on the latest version of Wrangler. I'm wondering. Let's see if I say npm update global Wrangler. Let's see. Let's go to npmjs.com, because that's gotten me a bunch of times. I really wish npm.com would just sell their domain, because it's npmjs. All right, so how do I specify? Whoops, that's not the command I want. How do I specify how to go back to a different npm? Let's see. npm install old version. Let's see. npm install package at version. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Wrangler at and then what are the versions? Because I think, yeah, currently, because I updated to 7, I think 3.6.0 is what existed before. Versions. No, there's no way it was on 2.2.4. This is confusing. Wow, that's a lot of old versions. Okay, was there a 3.6.0? 3.6.0? There was. Let's try that. 3.6.0. I think that's what I had installed. All right, cool. What? No, was it a different npm install? Package names. Oh, global. Global? Is it different syntax for that? That's a previous exact version. Here we go. Let's try this, I guess. Okay, thanks. Wait, did I get the syntax wrong? Package at version. Okay. And this is package at version. Okay. So that can't be right. HG package name. No, they recommend using npx. I don't know what that is. I will have to look into it some other time. It's globally, locally? All right. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is what we want. npm install globally. That. So does that not work for update then? Do I have to install? can't be right. Okay. All right. Wrangler. All right. Okay, cool. So it uninstalled. I'm just going to go ahead and just do the install 360. We'll start fresh, do all of that stuff. Over here, I'm going to Wrangler log in, and that's going to pop up on a different screen. Whoops, got a challenge. I don't know if that's something I should hide, but I guess. I mean, I guess you can rewind. I'll log out after this stream. Cool. It doesn't matter. You can log in. All right. Cool. So clear this, and then let's see. Did we already? Yeah, we kept these right here. So let's go ahead. Pulumi up. So we already ran destroy. So let's up this. All right, cool. We want to create all of this stuff. Yes, let's create all of that. I'm really hoping this is the solution. This is the reason. Okay, that's not it. That is so weird. I wonder if Wrangler. Huh. Oh wait, this is because the project name doesn't match something that exists. Oh yeah, because of those quotes. Yeah, that's exactly it. All right, so fine. Pulumi destroy. I guess we'll just get rid of those quotes. I'm fine with that. Okay. That, and we got our upload directory. It's a good thing we don't have spaces in the upload directory. I feel like we should probably do some validation on that. Is there validation? Do we do validation anywhere? Maybe we should throw an exception. Huh. Okay. Okay. So now that we've got that, if I Pulumi up now, see what happens. To the dev stack. Alright, that all looks good. Let's say yes. Looks like it created everything. Yeah, okay. It created everything. Cool. I guess. All right. And if I go back, I've got it up here, my prod, all this stuff. Okay. Cool. And I can, nope, that's a few seconds ago. Why does that not work? It's weird. View the details. Yeah, we got index. Okay, that works. I don't know why this doesn't work, but I don't care because that's the name that I guess is better. Okay, all right, I'm fine with that. Okay, I don't know why all of a sudden that changed. Okay, but branch is okay to have quotes in. That is weird. Let's see. Let's go back to Pulumi right here. Sorry, let me find this one. I need to delete a few of these. Here we go. So, resources. Here's this one, and there's the command, and then the create command. So, it is okay. Yeah, that is no quotes. Branch needs to have quotes. Okay. I'm surprised. Okay. I'm curious if I can have a space in a project name or a path. Let's try something. Let's mess around. Let's destroy. Let's do this. And I'm going to, over here, make a new folder. So I'm going to copy paste static content, but this is going to be static content space 2. All right, just to see what happens there. And then go back here. Operation, so static content space 2. And that might work. I don't know. Pulumi up and F. Let's just run it. We know it'll be whatever it sees. Go ahead and make that. Okay, failed. Why? Because you don't like the name. Okay, so what happens then if for this we do have some double quotes around? Yeah? Let's see what happens now. So the reason I'm doing this is because I'm wondering, is it okay to have those double quotes around when there is a space? No, it doesn't like that at all. Okay, wow. All right, so that is specific to Wrangler as far as I can tell. That is... Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Going back here, refreshing. Oh, yeah, that's right. That doesn't exist because that resource no longer exists. Okay. Interesting. So, I'm going to try something quickly. So let's get rid of a couple of things here. I'm going to clean this up. I will copy paste that over here in just a second. So I'm just going to run this Wrangler command and see what happens here. That upload works. Okay, so it's not Wrangler. That's the problem. That is weird. All right, you know, just for fun, I'm gonna update some NuGet packages because I wonder if there's something up with the Pulumi command thing down here. So let's see what happens at 8.2. But none of this has changed recently, so that's where I'm extra confused why all of a sudden these things aren't working. So let's go ahead and save it. Clear. Whoops, that's not what I want. I don't want that one. I want Pulumi up F for force or for fun. One of the two. I don't know which one. Gotta download the newer versions of those. Okay, that's fair. Updating some things. Command failed again. Huh. Okay. Oh, wait. Did we forget to... No, we got the double quotes. That is very weird to me. And the same thing here. Like the... Alright. What? Out of curiosity. Alright, so we have that. What happens when we put the double quotes around the project name also? Is that okay? Does this work? That also works. Okay. All right. So we're at the hour, and I don't want to spend too much more time on this. I just might get this working during the week, honestly. This is annoying. I'm curious why. Or maybe that'll be the whole plan of next week. Next week we will just figure out what's going on with these quotes, because it's weird. It's also weird to me that the output string that we're seeing is... It's not the string that I would expect. It's not the string I would expect to be output from C#, because this has the backslashes and the double slashes. We never even put the double backslashes in. That's thrown in by by the compiler, right? Because over here, we just have a single backslash for these. I guess that's what the @ symbol is. I guess compile time, maybe it's adding that in. Maybe that's like a syntactic sugar thing. Let me get rid of that. So okay, so I think we're good with this. I like, for the most part, I like the solution, right? So we changed to this component resource. So next week, the plan will be to make sure this command works correctly, because something weird is going on, and I don't know what right now. And then the other thing, because we changed this to a component resource, we need to start renaming some things over here off to the side. Probably also means renaming file. Let's just fix the naming conventions, all that stuff. I think that's really what we're gonna want. So, let's see. So, finalize what we are making. It's a component resource. Woo! Okay, cool. Commit that. Push it, and yeah, I guess that's it. I guess we're good. So this has been another fun week, everyone. Join me again next week. Next Sunday, whatever that is, 7 days from now at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, noon U.S. Pacific, other time zones based off of that. All right, and like this channel, subscribe to it, all of that stuff. I guess all of the things everyone says when they do a lot of YouTube stuff. And find me online, I guess on Twitter, I'm @ProgrammerAl. I guess if you have any questions, feel free to ask me there. If you cannot make it to one of the live streams, I'll try to at least answer it on air, that kind of thing, or just respond to you directly. Yeah, that's it.